On Saturday, November the 4th, we lost a great man, husband, dad, grandpa, pop. My idea is to create a video diary of sorts to help me along with my healing. And if it helps someone out there somewhere that just happens to come across these, even better. I'm not saying it's going to be professional or maybe even consistent or comprehensive, coherent, whatever big words you want to use. It may be a big mess, but it's something. Hey Dad, good morning. Today is Monday. It is December the 4th. I did not make any videos this weekend. We've been so busy since Friday evening. Actually, we had a little mini party here for Dude. Well, actually, it was full blown party, I guess. I brought several pizzas, and Frito and the kids came over, and then Claudia and the kids came over. I think Tony was here at one point. And, they had pizza and cake and presents and all that. So there was that. Someone's racing down the street, but they always do that. Well, it's probably the main road, actually. Anyway, just squirreled for a second. So that was Friday evening. And then on Saturday, I had to, first we took the boys to the Winter Wonderland Festival there at the school. They had crafts and games and stuff like that, bouncy houses. They took a picture with Santa. Heard a bird. Oh, I still hear it. Sorry, I keep getting so distracted. I think that is on purpose, and I will let you know in a moment. But so I was saying we took them to the Winter Wonderland Festival. We left fairly early because it gets crowded there easily, the parking lot. And so we went there. It was about 10ish, and then Frito ended up showing up, and he took Ariel to get, to join the boys and join in the festivities and whatnot. She had fun as well. She really liked it. I was like, well, I'm glad that she liked it. And then I ended up having to work the the pre-K table at 12:30 all the way till it ended. Claudia had left with Frito, and she came back home, and I stayed, and Dude stayed with me. That was very nice. And then so after we were finished with I was finished with the festival, I did stay a bit longer with my co-teacher. We were sorting things out in the room, and Dude was looking at the printer because the printer was acting wonky, and he's pretty tech savvy. And it ended up being just a printer issue, like manufacturer wonkiness kind of thing. So she took it back and got a new one. And then from there, we went on to a store called World Market, where we were looking for things for the classroom, like little snack items from around the world, because we're doing Christmas around the world with the kids. So like every day is a new place, and we wanted to find different snacks from those different places. Pretty cool. The kids seem to like that so far. So we were there for a while because we were just like, searching around the whole area. We did a loop around the like snacks and candies a couple times, making sure we had everything and found everything we needed. So From there, we ended up going to eat. I was like, what was I gonna say? Yeah, we went out to eat. So we were there another couple hours because, of course, we'd eat, but we'd also be talking. So we were there for quite a while. I didn't get home till fairly late. It was already at least 6, 7, something like that. Maybe even 8. I don't even remember. So that was a pretty long day. And then we started working on the floor. Uh, just cleaning it up and getting it prepped for the carpet. So then yesterday we didn't go grocery shopping early in the morning. Nobody seemed to want to go. I think Claudia was saying she kind of had to, but it wasn't like urgent. Mom's the one that ended up saying, well, I need several things and this and that. And I was going to go to the 99-cent only store anyway to pick up like some tablecloths and to see if there was anything for the goodie bags for the kids for Christmas. So she ended up going with us, with Dude and I, and she was like, well, I need, a few things. And so we stopped by HEB. That was not too much further up the road from the 99-cent store. So we did that, and then we came back and we had some lunch. Well, mine was a brunch. I had not eaten. It was already like 2, 3 o'clock. And Claudia reminded us we were gonna take the boys to see the lights. And I always say take the boys, but we enjoy that stuff too. So we ended up going to the lights. There was, of course, lots and lots of Christmas lights. And then there was a carnival as well. So the boys enjoyed themselves a lot, getting on the carnival rides. And we were there for a long time as well. We first stopped at a Target. And then from there, we went on to the lights. We got to the lights about 6-ish. And we left here about 4:30, I want to say. And so the long drive there, and like I said, we took a trip to the Target, and so by the time we were finally on our way to the lights, it wasn't too much further from the Target we stopped at. Whoa, yeah, it was about 6 o'clock ish, and yeah, so we were there till pretty late, about after 9 actually, when we left, after the kids saw the lights and we saw the lights and played carnival games and all of that. We then went to eat, and we ended up getting back. It was like 11, I want to say, maybe after 11, because then when I got here, Jude was still working on the floor, and so I was trying to help him out with like the padding for the carpet. So we have the padding down already, and he's got the little wooden border. I don't know what it's called, trim or something, but it's not the molding on the wall. It's like a trim on the floor. I don't know. I'm not into construction and stuff like that, but so yeah, so I ended up staying up till about 2-ish in the morning, helping him out with that. Mostly just like helping like cut around to make the padding fit. So that's exciting as well, because now we're gonna put the carpet in one of these days, and we got the porch cleared, for Mom, because we had the carpet and the padding all rolled up on the porch, and she was excited about that this morning when we walked out. She saw we had moved that stuff. She's like, yeah, now I can start decorating, because she was waiting on us to start decorating. And maybe, I don't know, maybe that'll help us feel more in the Christmas spirit. Well, at least me anyway. But yeah. And after 10 minutes, 9 minutes of rambling, the point of it all? Well, also, when we went to see the Christmas lights, I thought about you a lot. Because, well, mostly because of today. And because I remember when we were younger, Frito and Claudia and I, well, it started with Claudia and I, and then, later on, Frito was born. But I remember around Christmas time, whenever we'd, go out and run errands as a family, because, of course, back then, we didn't drive. And you would, drive Mom and us around everywhere. And when we'd come home at night, you would take us around to the neighborhood and look at lights, because I don't know, or maybe they did or maybe they didn't, but like back then, I don't know if they had like light displays and stuff like they do now. I mean, if they did, we didn't know about them. We wouldn't have been able to go, the times and whatnot. But like I had mentioned before, we didn't know of that. We didn't know of y'all having a tough time, because we always had everything we needed, and we never felt that. We never felt any, what do you call it? Any tough times, I guess you could say. I mean, it was one of those things like Fredo had mentioned. On Saturday we had, the carnival, and they had a book fair going on, and so the boys went in and they were picking a book, and then we got Ariel a book and stuff, and he mentioned, he's like, I remember when we were little and we had book fairs. We we didn't get to go in and buy stuff. But again, that was one of those things like, I guess at first it was kind of like, oh, well, that's not fair. Why didn't I get to go? That, after a while, it's just like, okay, whatever. I mean, we have, those kinds of things at the house. Or, we'd get a few dollars and get something, a little eraser, a bookmark. Not a big deal. But yeah, it was just one of those things where it was, money was tight, but we weren't super affected by it, because you always made sure we had what we needed. We never went hungry. We always had, shoes on our feet, clothes on our backs. We always had our roof over our heads. So it's not something that was very, it wasn't a super pressing issue, But yeah, I remember. I remember you would take us around the neighborhood and we'd go and look at all the lights on all the houses and stuff. It was a nice tradition. And then I keep I keep stalling and I keep squirreling out, but the main thing today, I had to collect myself. Today marks 1 month since you've been gone. And I thought about it, and I thought about it last night after, Dude and I went ahead and came to a stopping point, and we were getting ready for bed, and I was just laying there, and I was like, oh, it's such and such time. This time a month ago, I was doing this, I was doing that. I was at the hospital with you. And I was in and out of sleep. I'd get up and I'd check on you and stuff. Or the nurses would be checking on you. Yeah, like right now, about this time is when things started picking up. More nurses were coming in and they were checking on you more often, because they were going to try to get you prepped for dialysis. So they kept coming in and checking your stats, and I know they had, I think, given you a blood thinner, or there was some kind of medication that made your blood thinner. So they had stopped that, and they wanted it to wear off before they tried putting in the catheter, because they didn't want you to bleed out. And so they would come in, and I was on the couch chair thing, and Frito or Mom, I think it was Mom, had checked in to see, you know, how things were going. I know for me, it's gonna be kind of a tough day, but I'm gonna try to, you know, keep myself distracted at work, so I don't think about it very much. But this 1 month has felt like such an eternity without you here. But I should probably get ready for work before it gets, you know, too late. I have been rambling for 16 minutes here, and I don't want to make this too long. But I did hear your voice today when I was driving on my way back from dropping off, you know, Chunk at the bus stop and Mom at work. I came to the light, and, you know, and it was flashing yellow to turn left, you know, yield. And so I was gonna turn, but I see this car coming, and so I was like, oh, surely I can beat it. It didn't look too close, but it looked like it was going kind of fast. It was one of those things, you know, you're not sure if you want to chance it. And I heard you, you know, just like when you were teaching me to drive, when you said it's better to lose a minute of your life than lose your life in a minute. So I thought about that. I was like, yeah, I'll just pause, you know, let them by, and it's just one car, you know, what's a few seconds of my time. What if he's going faster than I thought, or, you know, anything can happen. And I'm a pretty slow driver anyway. I'm not a speed racer like Dude and Donnie. They're just like choom choom choom. I'm the grandma driver. But that comes from, you know, driving the boys around. And when I worked at the daycare, I was, you know, I would be the one that takes the kids home, and not home, to school, and pick them up from school and stuff. So I just kind of, you know, I'm a cautious driver. Instinctually, is that the word? So I guess by habit. So yeah, I was just like, oh yeah, I remember when my dad would tell me that. And, you know, the light ended up turning red anyway. So it's like, okay, that's cool. And then, you know, I got to go when it turned green. So I just wanted to share that little tidbit. I heard your voice, you know. But yeah, I rambled for another couple minutes. I think this is the longest video yet. But Dad, I'm gonna go get ready and get on with this day. So, alright, Dad, you take care. Get some rest, and try not to worry about us too much.